Download the BCSN Plus app today. Local sports all the time. Visit BCSNNation.com for details. Discounts may apply.
Right here in Northwest Ohio, Carson Holmes getting the start on the mound for Northview, taking on St. Francis. Runs into a little trouble in the first. Bases are loaded. That's a wild pitch. Tyler Chupp scores easily, and the Knights are in front. After a walk, bases reloaded. Cole Pervasnik, effective with a hockey stick, effective with the baseball bat. Chopper to short. Northview takes the out at second. That does allow Nicholas Hood to score. Next inning, Knights again with the bases loaded, less than 2 outs. Drew Tucker looks at ball 4. Brady Mitchie crosses home, and it's a 3-0 lead. Next inning, Northview puts together a rally. 2 on for Connor Draper. Fights off the inside pitch, grounds to second, but that does bring in Gavin Smith. So Northview trailing by 2 runs. In the fourth, Knights run around third for Tucker. Senior with another productive at-bat. Grounds to second. Hood scores once again. Julien Coleman goes the distance for St. Francis. A 4-1 victory for the Knights. Tim Clack caught up with Coleman after the senior retired the final 10 Northview batters in a row for the victory.
Really, the fastball was working for me. I was able to locate the pitches, my catcher locating them. The slider started working in game for me, and just getting in the groove of things.
Let's talk about this middle part of the infield. I mean, they are very talented. Hood and Tucker made tremendous plays up the middle, which looked like they were going to be sure hits, but those two cover a lot of ground.
Nick Hood made about 6-7 plays tonight. You know, Tuck, great shortstop.
Scott Tucker joining Tim Clegg on the call. They have more from St. Francis and Northview.
Both teams braving the elements. First time in over 20 years that Northview had played here at Cobra Stadium, and the fans were delighted to a tremendous contest. And St. Francis early, very disciplined in the box. First 3 innings, taking 7 walks and scoring 3 runs, and that was really the difference maker.
Right, and they did a good job of showing some good plate discipline right there. Didn't chase any bad pitches, any pitches out of the zone. Able to get themselves on base and then get a hit here and there when they needed it to put some runs across the plate.
And their defense up the middle for St. Francis is tremendous with Nick Hood and Tucker over at shortstop. We saw them covering a lot of ground and saving some what would have been hits.
Yeah, Drew Tucker makes a nice play up the middle right there. Able to get it out of first base, get an inning, a threat for Northview right there. Very tough up the middle. Mitchie behind the plate did a good job, and they say early on, defense and pitching, you always have a good chance to win a game.
And then it turned into a pitcher's battle. Julien Coleman going the distance, only giving up 3 hits, allowing 1 walk, and he was jumping on top of hitters in counts all afternoon.
Yeah, Julien coming off a late base or basketball run right there, getting back into his rhythm, throwing complete game, really helps out the pitching staff, but more importantly got stronger as he went, retiring the last 10 straight hitters.
And Nick Shintz did a tremendous job in relief where it came into the 3rd inning, really dialed in his location, and he retired the last 8 hitters that he saw.
Yeah, the lefty comes in, does a good job, comes in a pressure situation right there, gets the last out, gets him out of the inning, and then goes on and then ends up pitching a pretty consistent game, something that Northview really kind of needed and something really for them to build on.
Only 2 hits today, but it's enough to secure an early out-of-conference victory for St. Francis. Back to you guys.